All right, like I said, that's your camera. That's my camera. This is our camera. This is Webby Pumpkin. Well, I'm Webby Pumpkin. This is the web show. You're Mr. Hampson.
Hampson?
Man.
I can be Mr. Hampson.
Huh.
I like Hampson.
This is what you do, and then one day a rapper is going to sample that and have the sickest beat. It's going to be so good.
Or you can
And
slap
they're
your
gonna credit
belly.
me. Is that how you do it? It's like, hold on, like. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Web Show. If you didn't know that this was The Web Show, there it is. There it is. We have a screen. Now you may be asking,
Beautiful.
why do we have a screen? And the answer to that is because why the heck not? You know, no, I'm kidding. We've got a really cool episode planned for you guys next week that we're actually going to go ahead and record today. Whenever we do this, because it's going to be a bit of an edit for me. And so I was thinking that the episode that I'm talking about was actually going to come out today, but I decided that would only give me like 2 days to edit it. And I was like, you know, if we didn't do that, then I would have like 7 days to edit it. And that would be good. And I'm sure you know this because you got all the brain wrinkles. We've talked about this before, but 7 is in fact greater than 3. So, yeah. Surprise! But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about some pretty interesting stuff that's come up just in and around the world of gaming, our gaming industry.
Yes.
Last week, I introduced some thoughts and everything about the PlayStation Portal. You're a big PlayStation guy, and so I think that you will have some interesting things to add to that conversation, so that's one of them. And then just last week, we got our first look at some gameplay for Super Mario Wonder. The new Mario Direct presented all that. And I honestly, so as a person who is kind of like tired of Mario games, I have been looking forward to see what would happen with a 2D Mario game. And I was hoping that it wouldn't be like what we got on the Wii and the Wii U. I liked the first DS one, but then like by the second DS one, they're all just kind of the same.
Yeah.
And then for forever, every Mario game is kind of, every 2D one anyway, is kind of the same. And so I've got some thoughts about that. And then if there's some more time after that, we'll talk a little bit about PlayStation Plus prices increasing. And then I'd like I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I'd like a little check-in with you now that you've been, for one entire month now, you've been rocking a little bit of the Xbox life. So like, you've been playing a little bit of like Game Pass and just kind of a little, how you doing after 1 month, if there's time for that. So without further ado, what would you like to start with?
Let's start with the fact that your beard is more crisper and longer
Thank you.
than it has been.
You're only correct about one of those two things. It is crisper. It looks a lot more lined up than it has because it's half as long. I cut it all. It was starting to look like I was one of those guys that like lives under the bridge in like Fallout.
Yeah.
It was looking real. Why are you agreeing with that?
I-
You're over there
I'm
like, you looked bad. I didn't want to tell you because you were my friend, but boy, it was tough to look at your
I'm
face.
only agreeing with your description.
Oh, got you. Which is almost by extension agreeing with me, but I'll take it. No, we had some stuff that we needed to do. I wanted to look a little better for it, and it had been time. And so this is a funny story. Mermaid bought me forever ago. I wanted a new like beard trimmer. This has nothing to do with games, but hey, if you're a gamer in your 30s, this is important. Listen
There's
up.
probably a simulator.
Beard trimming simulator. Oh my gosh, yes. If it's not Capcom, make it.
Make it.
Could you imagine a
Hey,
Capcom version of that?
Someone can learn how to cut hair and trim beards. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, we're starting the
Different pieces of.
we're starting the next line of cosmetologists, like right here.
Maybe.
Okay, but so forever ago, I needed a new beard trimmer because my beard trimmer, it's got an internal battery, and the battery is just no good. If you've ever like been in our room, you notice that it's plugged up all the time. I still have that trimmer, which is a little bit of a spoiler alert for the fact that Mermaid got me 1 year. I can't remember if it was for my birthday or for Christmas or what. She got me a beard trimmer, except for the fact that she didn't. She got me full-on, full-size, I'm talking barber grade hair clippers. And so, like, you can't get in there and do anything with it. But it's not all lost. And like, if she were, could see me in the other room, she's probably like, why are you telling this story again? It's actually ended up being the best thing ever. And here's the pro tip, because probably about a year after that, I kept them. I started growing my beard out. Like I started actually wearing it longer, a lot longer. And what I discovered is that when it comes time to like bring it in and everything, and then obviously you have to do like the fine tuning with regular trimmers and line it up and everything. But if you're going from like, twice the length that I have now to where it is, beard clippers, or well, even with a guard, they kind of like gum up a little bit, or like they're okay. But hair clippers that are made for like the full on thing, they're incredible. Like, so I started using them on my beard anyway, and literally I'll put like a number 7 guard on and just like rock the whole thing. Because it's so big, it's more even because you don't, press into the skin and change it. And so anyway, that if you're out there, you're looking for the perfect trimmer just to bring the beard down, hair clippers are actually it.
This podcast
is brought to you by
has been
Conair.
Changed for the better.
No, I hope so. I hope that everyone here, and ladies, I'm not asking questions. If you got, to handle a little bit of the hair, hair clippers instead of beard trimmers is game changer. So, all right. So we're not here to talk about beards, but we are here to talk about gaming. So I guess let's start with PlayStation. I know you're a PlayStation guy. I don't know how much you have to say about Mario Wonder, but I don't even know how much I have to say about it, but I'm looking forward to that conversation, but you guys are going to have to wait a little bit longer for that. The Portal conversation, I think, would be a lot shorter. So last time we spoke together on this topic, we didn't have a price. Right. We made some predictions. It was still the Project Q. I remember saying that I would love to see it at $200, but I didn't think that it'd be there. I said, I was thinking at least probably $350 is what I was expecting, with the understanding that there would be cloud streaming available as well. There is no cloud streaming. That won't work. But we did get a price on it. $200, man.
$200.
So I shared some of my opinions on that last week. I'm gonna let you share yours here. But like seeing the $200 price tag and being a PlayStation guy, and I know you've come over here and like played remote play before, just like to show us what's going on. What are you thinking about this device?
I think it's a pretty cool device. It'll make I guess the experience a whole lot more fun for somebody playing it in handheld instead of you remote playing on your hand. And I think the price is pretty good. You're not buying a whole console, which is always great for something that'll come out that's not a big, huge, explosion or something that'll get you really excited. But it's a good $200 investment. And I think I'm excited to try to get a feel for it or feel it in my hands, and don't know when that's going to be though. But it is something that I would love to, try out. And it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah. The $200 point is what's got me. And I still, even a week later, as I've been like chewing on this and thinking about it, I'm still trying to decide if I think that it's, well, last week I was trying to decide if I thought it was stupid or not. I think I have decided that it's not stupid. There is a market for it. Now my decision that I'm trying to figure out is for me, who is not the like general gamer. I'm not super casual about it. If it's a good value for me, because if it wasn't for the $200 price tag, this would probably be a case closed type situation. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, too much. $300 and all you can do is stream? Absolutely not. Excuse me. Absolutely not. But at $200, it kind of makes sense as the peripheral. Yeah. Now, some people are saying that, they'll use it as like an extra controller as well. So like, if a controller's $70 or $80, then what's a little bit more, a monitor is like $100. You put those things together, there's your device. And this has a little more than a monitor because it's got Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But it's missing like really pivotal features that I think it needs, like Bluetooth. And the Bluetooth thing is it inspired an argument that I heard for the first time last week about how it may not actually work as a second controller. I think it will, but right now the DualSense controller connects via Bluetooth. So it at least doesn't have audio Bluetooth. If it doesn't have any form of Bluetooth, then it won't connect to the PlayStation at all that way. However, I told a story last week about how when I first started streaming, I didn't have any capture cards or any of the gear that we're using today. And I would like hook my PS4 to my TV, and that's what I would play on. But in order to use OBS to capture the footage, I would remote play from my MacBook and capture the MacBook window But to do that, it meant my controller, granted it was a PS4 controller, but it was plugged into the MacBook. And so every input I was putting in had to go into the MacBook, go over Wi-Fi through like the internet or whatever to the PlayStation 4 and back again, kind of. But the video output I was getting, since it was hooked directly to the PS4, had no lag. This is what you would experience. And it was ever so slightly there, but to a point that the lag and everything that I was experiencing, I didn't even notice. I think that the the PlayStation Portal is going to work just like that. If you've got decent Wi-Fi, there will be lag because it's Wi-Fi, but I don't think you'll notice it. So if you're thinking about it as a second controller, don't quote me on it. I don't know if it is going to work, but I think it's going to work. I think it'll work fine. No big deal. You may have to be player one. That's the only thing because, with remote play, you have to actually sign in. And so that's the only thing I could see would being an issue is whoever is using it has to have an account, like an actual like PlayStation Network account. Yeah. Can't be like a guest. So player one, maybe player two would have to be it. So that was my thoughts there. I'm actually working on a video that I told you originally I was going to have out. And then I was like, oh, shoot, we're recording this early. No, I'm not. But I'm trying to have it out this week as you guys are watching, comparing the PlayStation Portal to the Steam Deck. Because here, here's your little sneak peek that you only get for watching the web show. I have a Steam Deck already. Plenty of people have, complained about how janky or difficult it is to get Chiaki, which is the remote play third-party application to work on it. And it was the most difficult thing that I did with the Steam Deck was getting Chiaki to work, but I got it to work. A feature that you lose, so it's just remote play on my Steam Deck. A feature I lose is that I have to be on the same network. I can't come over to your house and be on a different network. It won't work, unfortunately, with Chiaki. But anywhere in my home, it will work. So there's a con. But with my Steam Deck, I can do a lot more because I also can run the PlayStation Plus Premium streaming app on it. And so down the Steam Deck can stream PS4 games when the Portal can't. And you're also getting access to everything else you can do with the Steam Deck. Now, you may be asking me, and this is the whole premise of the video, but you may be asking me, yeah, but a Steam Deck costs more. But now, since Valve is releasing refurbished ones, do you know how much the cheapest refurbished Steam Deck is right now?
$230.
And not quite. You got two of the numbers reversed. It's $320.
That's what I said.
But yeah, basically.
Yeah.
All the numbers were present. But I know that's $120 more, but that's not a lot
it's
more.
It's a better investment.
Yes, for a lot. Because we're talking all the Xbox games that you now play on it, all the Steam games on it. You want to put on Heroic Launcher and play your Epic games or your GOG games on it. Stream it. I mean, there's still a reason for the Portal, and I want to go into that because if you got kids or if you're not super tech savvy, you just want something that's just going to you turn it on and it works. Portal. That's what you're paying for is convenience. But if you want features, there's maybe some other options. So I think it's going to be a fun video. I think it's going to be cool. And it might be what makes more sense for me. Of course, I might buy the Portal anyway. Or I might wait and see what you do and be like, bring that over. Let's make a video on that so I can save $200.
It'll be either one of us because I'll probably be waiting to see what you do.
Well, if I decide that the Steam Deck is going to work better, it does make sense for me to, but I don't know. We'll see how this video goes. But I can make a video on it. Content creation, am I right? I've talked a lot about that. Do you have anything else to add about the Portal?
No.
It is twice the price of a Backbone. So if you've got a decent phone, that would almost replace it if you were going to use remote play on your phone, and then you get all the features of a phone, but you don't get to use your phone as a phone. And we'll see how well. I'm interested to see how well the DualSense features are going to work on it because I think that's the biggest win it has is that it's going to have the whatever version of Rumble they call it, haptic feedback, and then the adaptive triggers because there's no other way to do that right now other than even if you connect your DualSense controller, your actual good controller, to your phone, it won't do it via remote play. And so that's the only way I know of to remote play with those features. So that might be worth it. But yeah, $200. You running out and picking up one day one, right?
No.
Yeah, same here. We're gonna see, and there's a good chance.
When's the date?
October something, I think. Which tells me that by November we might already. I'd look it up, but my phone's that camera. By November we're probably going to maybe even see some on sale already. So it's probably worth waiting. If you're not dying to play your remote play games right now, it's worth waiting on this one, I think. And you'll probably see them pop up in GameStops and game exchanges and stuff like that, refurbished really soon, I think. He's going to take somebody out there who's got a kid is going to spill Kool-Aid on it, and then they're going to just dry it up, put some new thermal paste on it, and it'll be fine. So, because they're just a tablet. All right. There ain't much more to say about this. PlayStation Plus prices are going up. Like between $5 and $10 depending on your service, which might make it the same price as Game Pass now for a year. I'll give them this. You still get a benefit because you can buy PS Plus for an entire year. But I'm thinking about dropping mine. And especially since there's no cloud streaming on the portal, because we still have like the same like 12. So the premium version of PlayStation Plus only gets you retro games. We still got the same retro games we got when it launched.
Yeah.
So we're hopefully with this price increase, we're going to see more and better games. If you're going to increase the price, maybe start giving us in that middle tier. Start giving us some day one.
I'm hoping that's
like Xbox.
That's their thoughts about it.
If they'll do that, yeah, the $10 is worth it if Ratchet and Clank drops day one. If can you imagine if Spider-Man 2 dropped day one on it? Like some of these big names that are coming up like that. That'd be sick.
That'd be crazy.
It's not going to happen for Spider-Man because it's already announced and everything, but maybe next year, whatever the next, first-party AAA Sony thing is, maybe it will be. All right. That's all the PlayStation news, really. Let's talk about Mario. This is where I think the meat of today's conversation is mostly going to take place. So, walk me through your background with Mario. Are you a fan? How many of you played? Like, did you grow up playing it? What's your story with Mario?
I definitely grew up playing it. I am 32 years old, about to be 33 in the next couple of weeks. And I guess it's always been like a childhood growth of likings. I guess that's the way I can put it.
It's a very unique way of putting it.
Childhood growth of likings. I like it.
Can we put that on a shirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Playing Mario on Nintendo.
Did you start with the NES one? Like the very first one? Well, I say the first. The Jumpman, I guess, was the first. But you know what I'm talking about? The first time you ever heard ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, and then you're literally, you can't even see his face because that's the one you started on?
Probably.
That was the first one I ever played at my aunt's house.
I don't know. I mean, I probably owned Mario. My brother probably owned more Mario games than I did because he was a big Mario fan, and I was a fan of the movies. I know a lot of you guys are like, those movies are trash, but I didn't think they were trash. I like the Mario movies.
So
anyway,
whenever where the Mario Brothers came on, you were like, oh man, this is gonna be sick.
I enjoyed all that.
That's awesome.
Because I was more of a movie person than anyway. But yeah, I played all the Marios, not all the Marios. Paid can't talk, guys. The parties and no. Well, yeah.
Oh, see
a few of the parties.
That's interesting.
And then
carts, obviously. You probably did some carts.
Sunshine, carts. Yeah.
Oh, was Sunshine your first 3D?
Yeah. Well,
whoa.
For Mario?
For Mario? Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, so you skipped Mario 64. You probably played it back, right? You came back or no?
I don't remember.
My first Mario 64 playthrough was actually the one on the DS, which I actually think is the better version of the game. But yeah, you know how I love this Nintendo 64. I just love that console and that controller. So no, I didn't play that one. The first one I ever owned was actually the one on the regular DS, like the new Super Mario Brothers. And I will always remember like that ginormous mushroom you can get in the first level, and it sold the deal for me. And then I played like the OG, but I actually am really kind of a Mario late bloomer. I've never, and this year, like 2023 was the first year I ever played a Mario Party. Had never played one ever before. Of course, I've shared before, I'm not a Nintendo baby. I grew up on Sony, and like those were the two like Japanese companies. Like there were no crossing of the aisle here, and so that's why my mascots growing up were Spyro and Crash.
Yeah,
and I played Driver. And that was my GTA back. The real ones, no. So yeah, that was my first one. So I'm kind of excited to see something new. Now my first 3D one, of course, was that 64 reboot one I'm talking about, and then my second 3D one was actually Mario Odyssey. which was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. So that kind of got me wanting to play some. Then I was real disappointed by all the 2D Mario Wii ones. So I'm kind of excited about this.
Yeah.
But I went into the Direct feeling like we'll just see. You know, like I didn't even stream it because it was only going to be 15 minutes. I didn't know if I was going to have anything good to say about it or if I was just going to be like, it's a Mario game.
I mean,
it was
they
pretty
got
good.
you. They got you with the first trailer, though. You were interested.
I was interested because it was new. But what got me the most interested was that I hadn't seen a 2D Mario in a while. Like we had seen like.
And they've done a lot with this.
Yeah, I guess the last Mario thing we saw was like Bowser's Fury, like when that was Bowser's Fury was the new part, but that was a re-release of 3D World. And so
Well, Yoshi had that thing, and then Luigi had that thing.
You mean like Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yeah.
Which, yes, those are characters from it, but I struggle to call that a Mario game, if you know what I mean. Because like Luigi's Mansion, I really like those games, but the mechanic is like Mario's a platformer, you know, like the mechanic's way different. And we haven't seen a 2D, in a while since Wii U Deluxe, which is really just the Wii U game. It just got moved over. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool to see it. The last any Mario we saw, actually, if you don't count like updates to Mario Kart and things like that, it probably was Odyssey. Also, yeah. I mean, we got the 3D All-Star, but that's a re-release, so we haven't seen anything new since Odyssey.
Right.
I guess is what I'm saying. So this was cool, and it's very new. I didn't want to see another like new Super Mario Brothers. It's kind of the same thing. They're like kind of chibi and cute a little bit. Charles Martinet is not voicing Mario for the first time ever in Mario's voice careers outside of the movies, which is kind of crazy. He's still going to be there. That Luigi has its own voice actor, or at least that's the way it seems. There's going to be a voice actor for Mario, a different one for Luigi, a different one for Peach, a different one for Daisy. And Toad and Yoshi's and things like that, I could see there being overlap there. But that's going to be cool because you can kind of start to build some personality around these characters. So I'm excited about that. But the trailer started more of the same, like more of like kind of what I was used to seeing. It wasn't until like a little over halfway through that we started getting to like the weird and wacky things.
Yeah.
We saw more of Elephant Mario.
Yeah.
And stop me. I'm rolling and everything, basically playing the trailer in my head. And if there's anything you think of like, oh, I want to talk about that, like interrupt me, let's talk about it. Because while we'd seen Elephant Mario, the internet is going crazy over Elephant Peach. Like, I wasn't, because we weren't sure. We were like, all right, Mario can turn into an elephant, but what's going to happen to everybody else?
Right.
Like, are they going to turn into elephants? Or are they going to be a different animal? They're all elephants.
Yeah.
Toad elephant is
Toad
stupid
elephant.
looking. It's so crazy.
Can't wait for it.
They're all gray except for the girls. Like Peach elephant is pink.
Yeah.
And wasn't Daisy yellow?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too. So yeah, the internet is having a heyday right now with those two.
It's gonna be great.
And then we saw the full lineup of characters. So when we first announced it, it looked like it was going to be Mario, Luigi, normally a Toad or two, Peach, Daisy, and that's all we really knew. Now we know that there's 4 different Toads, 4 Yoshis, Nibbler, Toadette, and the previous named ones.
Yeah.
There are tons of playable characters. And did you catch like the special thing about if you play as Yoshi or Nibbler in it? This is the way he says, yes, I saw that, but I want to make sure you saw it. So go ahead and tell me. That's what you're getting at.
You go ahead and tell me.
So
remind me.
They're kind of easy mode. So if you're like playing with a kid or something, Yoshi and Nibbler can't take damage. Like they won't take damage.
Yeah.
But the trade-off for that is they also don't transform with power-ups.
They can't take damage, but they can fall off cliffs, or down in holes and lose a life or whatever.
Yeah, well, maybe depending on if you are by yourself. Because if you're playing with another person,
they can bring you back with the ghosts.
Yeah, and I love that instead of the bubble, that bubble with the crying Mario in it or whatever was so annoying. And there would always be that player too that would be like, because you could like yell for them and you just hear over and over. But it's a little like, oh my gosh, Mario is dead.
Wait,
because
which
he's a
Mario
ghost.
game was that?
All the new Super Mario Bros., all of those that had multiplayer. So, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, New Super Mario Brothers Wii U, Wii U Deluxe, Luigi U Deluxe, and I think on the DS versions, obviously you had to have 2 copies of the game to do it. But if you had 2 copies of the games, I don't know for sure about the New Super Mario Brothers DS, but New Super Mario Brothers 2 DS. did. So all of those. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen it. Them floating around the bubble. It's a carryover. I think it's a carryover from Yoshi's Island, because if you were Yoshi or whatnot and you lost one of the babies, the baby would go in a bubble, and you had like 10 seconds or something before the
what
Koopas
game am I
it.
thinking
I
about
don't know.
where you can play?
Ape Escape.
We probably played it.
Probably. When we just start throwing out games and seeing if it's the one.
Yeah.
All right, Ape Escape,
No.
Spyro,
Something to do with
Grand Theft Auto
I
6.
feel like it's something to do with gosh. The one that kids can't play. Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh,
I saw something about that
I thought you were talking about
the other day.
Mario 7, like Mario Kart, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario plus Rabbids,
It's Mario Wonders. That's what we played.
early access, baby.
No.
No, we didn't.
Dude, it's a game where I can't even remember.
Bubble Blower
You
Simulator.
can play. All of us can play together.
Yes,
Oh, maybe it's one of the parties,
probably.
like the latest one. What's the latest?
Okay, the newest one I think is 9, but the latest one was like a collect. I don't forget what it's called, but it's a collection of the old.
Maybe it's
Like
not
in-
Mario. I don't know. I think about it in
Sonic.
It's not Sonic, but
Power washing simulator.
No, you get the power ups, and one
Yeah.
one of them is like you grow real big, and
Sounds like Mario so far. Keep going. I'm having fun.
you grow real big.
Yeah.
And all your other people are
Big
there.
man.
It's got to be a Mario game. I just can't think of which one
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Godzilla Returns.
Yes,
Yeah. No.
I hate that I cannot think, and I don't have my phone. It's way across country. But
I guess it doesn't matter. But
gosh,
are there bubbles involved?
I think so. Yes, that's what I was getting at.
I was about to say, if you
There
said
were
no,
bubbles
I was
there.
like, why would
Why are
we
we
do
even
this
talking
whole
about
thing?
this?
Like,
Yeah, it's bubbles. Like
Yeah.
they get in the bubbles, and like you could pop the bubbles, and
and they ride in the. Is it that monkey game where you race in the bubble? I forget what it's called.
No, it's definitely a Mario game.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
I don't think it's Odyssey.
Well, bubbles
No,
are.
because you can't play
Well,
multiple.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but there are no more of those. Now we're ghosts. So if you die, you're a ghost. And other people, couch co-op only, other people you're playing with can save you just like
Yeah.
normal. Something that was interesting, they're not going to, I'm a little sad about it, but they're not going to do online multiplayer. They have something kind of like it where you can, so have you ever played like Forza or whatnot? Or so the most, okay. And like Forza, do you have shadow drivers? And so if I've played the game before, the AI will use my driving like tendencies and record and like what it's learned about me as a player, and it will create a version of my car and implement it into your game. So when you're driving around the world, you might see, oh, there goes Webby Pumpkin, and it may or may not be me, but I can race in races with you, and it will perform like I perform. It's pretty cool, and you can tell that they're like ghost drivers because they're like slightly transparent. Well, these characters in the online version of the game are slightly transparent, and they're just random other people playing Mario in the same world as you. And you would think, that's kind of, what's the point, right? You just seen other people. You can help each other. So like if you fall, but you're playing in that mode, you'll turn into a ghost. Someone from across the world that happens to be playing in the same level as you can save you. Can like bring you back. And there's standees is what they call them. It's kind of like a checkpoint in Bread and Fred where you can place a standee at a particularly difficult area.
Yeah.
And that can bring somebody back. It seems like the like cheat codes for the game though. It seems like that would make it way easy. So if you really want a challenge, you wouldn't play it like that.
I'm hoping to
that was
be
cool.
able to control the ghost. Be like,
If it's your ghost, I think you'll be able to.
Yeah.
But like those phantom players, no. But what bothers me is like if you can do that, other than like maybe syncing, because it wouldn't have to be perfectly synced, why not just fix the online problem, go one extra step, and let me like, because almost everybody plays everything online now. Let me call you at like 8 o'clock at night and be like, hey, the kids are asleep, the wife is asleep, I don't want to go to sleep. You want to jump into a couple rounds of Mario and just go. Because Nintendo, I feel like, are just choosing the couch co-op model, which I'm grateful that it still exists, but they're choosing the couch co-op model as like the hill to die on. And that's the only way to play our games together. And so that sucks, but I'm kind of
with
excited.
that, you have to be in the same.
If you're going to
same
truly play co-op, yeah, you have to be in the same
local.
room. Split screen.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, it won't really be split screen because you're all on the screen at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but you start getting more than 2 people too, it gets real crowded. So, yeah, it's gonna suck, but but also like it's kind of what we've seen for forever. So I just want it online. I feel like this could be the opportunity to make that shine. Maybe they're holding out for the Switch 2 or whatever's happening next. Now, we've been getting tons of rumors about a new Switch, and we'll come around to that too. But like, we're getting lots of rumors about a new Switch, and we got it.
Yeah.
It's real. We're going to get it. But we'll talk about that in a second. All right, so we saw the new power-ups. There are 2 other power-ups. So you got the elephant ones. We've got the drill head, which is pretty cool. You can go. The coolest thing about it to me was how you can like burrow into the ground or burrow into the ceiling.
Into the ceiling,
and like,
bro.
yeah, that's gonna like
It's gonna be crazy.
change the way that you platform that, which is gonna be super cool. Hey, your phone's right there, dude. Man, cross country has never been closer. What a small
I
world.
can't believe I just reached into that portal on the floor
Yeah,
and grabbed my phone from China.
that's the game. It's Portal.
I've never played Portal.
You need to. It's so good. All right, figure out what that bubble game is. While you do that, the other power-up is Bubble Blowing Mario. Oh, my gosh. Everything is full circle. He's pink. It's Pink Mario, and he blows bubbles. I think it's kind of dumb. You could trap enemies in it, kind of like SpongeBob's Cosmic Shake. But you can also just blow bubbles and jump on the bubbles and use the bubbles as an extra platform to get up higher, which is pretty cool. What is it?
It was 3D World.
Man.
Mario 3D.
That's cool. It's cool. It could have been 3D Land. Who knows? Yeah. You know, I'm glad that you Googled it.
You said that though, right?
We'll have to roll back the tape, but for the sake of my ego, yes.
I feel like you did say it.
Maybe.
That was a pretty good game. I
Yeah,
enjoyed Mario 3D
I've
World.
actually never played 3D World. I've only played 3D Land.
What?
I played the first one. 3D World's the sequel, so I played the first one. I didn't play the second one. I didn't want to spend $60 for the game on the Switch again. You got it?
I got the game.
Let's play! It's time.
That's why you don't know what I was talking about.
I'll tell you what. I'll play 3D World, and you'll play Spyro. It'll be great.
Well, Spyro's way older than 3D World.
Okay, so 3D World is a little bit newer, but the remakes that we got, like the Switch ones, are not. Like the Switch one, it's last gen, but technically so is the Switch. It came out 2018, right? 2018, 2019. That's not too old. I mean, if you can still play PS4 games and be okay with it, you can play that. You can be okay with it. If you got the option, play it on PS4 though, because it does play better. It plays better on that than the Switch. The Switch just, Spyro charges, runs around a whole lot. You got a lot of crazy fast stuff going on, and it does fine. But I'm pretty sure I'll watch frames dip down to like the mid 20s, and you can tell. If you might not. I've played a lot of Spyro. I can tell. So anyway, let's see. Those are the 3 power-ups: bubble blowing, elephant, and that. We figured out more about how the Wonder Flowers are going to work.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You touch them. What I thought was cool, I thought they were just going to basically be like a psychedelic trip, because that's what the first trailer alluded to. But they changed the platforming too. It can give it like top-down isometric. It can turn you into different things to play as. It can, obviously warp the world or change gravity. And just waiting to like discover, what does this flower do?
Yeah,
It's gonna be cool. You know what I think would be even cooler? So like in regular Mario, whenever you have played it a couple times, you can go back to the same level and like everything's in the same spot and you can kind of know it. What if the flowers are in the same spots, but every time you hit them, it does something different to the world? I mean, obviously, it probably only does like 5 different things.
That's what I was...
So you could cycle through, but it'd be really cool if, like, when you hit it, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
Like, you don't know if the warp pipe's going to move or if you're going to blow up like a balloon and float. That'd be dope. That'd be cool. That would keep me on my toes. I'd like that. Let's see. I think that's most. Are we forgetting anything from this trailer?
I'm not. Look, I'm trying to look it up right now because
Okay.
I know it was some. It was a lot of good stuff in that trailer.
I got something. If you don't know what to look up, I got something you can look up that I forgot to do. I don't know if it's going to be on the pre-order page or not, but I'm curious. I've been curious to see if this game is going to be a $60 game or a $70 game. And I think since Tears of the Kingdom, it's probably going to be 70, but I don't think it deserves to be. I don't know if I think it deserves to be 70. I think it needs to be a $60 game. So I'm curious what Nintendo is going to value it at. So while you're looking up that, and let me know if you forgot anything, there was something that was announced at the end of the Direct. The rumors are true. We're getting a new Switch. Yeah. It just happens to only be red.
Yeah.
So we're getting a new Switch OLED Mario Edition. This is the conversation I didn't prep you for that I thought about today. I just learned this today because you bought the. All right, so it's the Mario Edition Switch. Mm-hmm. It's just red. Mm-hmm. That's what happened The last time we got a Mario Edition Switch, you'll remember we got a red OLED, or sorry, a red Switch. And the coolest thing about it was the fact that the entire thing was red. It was the first time that we had seen the body of the Switch change color, and remind me, was the dock red also? So everything was red.
It was so I think everything was red. I feel like there was the little thing you put the Joy-Cons in was blue.
Yep, and then the rails for the Joy-Con were blue too, and the buttons were yellow, like his buttons.
Yeah. It was cool.
And you remember the lanyard on the rails?
It was
a coin. Was the like drawstring thing, which was really cool. Okay, and it came with a case. It wasn't a very good case, but it came with a case. And did it come with a screen protector also? I feel like it was a plastic one, but I feel like it came with a plastic screen protector.
Maybe it did.
So you got a case, and it was no more expensive than a regular Switch. Mm-hmm. You got a case, a special edition dock, a special edition Switch, a special edition Joy-Con, special edition rails, special edition grip for the things. No extra money. That's really good. So did they do that same thing with this Mario Switch? Do you know?
No.
Is that your answer, or you don't know?
Both.
Yeah, the answer is no. It's just red. Like, it's actually, so this is the opinion I wanted to get from you as someone who bought the first one. I think it's lackluster. It's if you want the new special edition OLED Switch, just buy red Joy-Cons and put them on the OLED you already have. Like, because the Switch body, the back of it's red, but the front's not red. The front is black still. And so all the cool things about the first one aren't there. And this one costs more, and the first one was better. So anyway, I wanted to get your thoughts on it as someone who actually bought that Switch, what you thought about the second time they brought it out.
When I saw that, I was very dissatisfied.
Are you just saying that because I said that?
No, I was dissatisfied.
Were you really? You were like, oh, what is that?
Like, I got an OLED Switch. I don't want a red one.
Okay, that's so crazy because you had a regular Switch when you bought the first one, and you bought a red one.
I am so much older now and wiser with my spendings.
What you meant was broker. I'm broker.
That's
too.
it.
Yeah.
I am so much older and wiser, a.k.a. broker.
Now, to be fair, though, to give you credit, even though I'm picking on you, like I said, the first Switch was cooler. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way you could get first-party blue grips, like all that other stuff, and a case. Like, it was, if you were a person who even had like the first Switch, there was a better battery, in the version 2 that they released. They did a couple things that made the battery last longer. They made it run a little bit cooler. Yeah. There was a reason to upgrade. If you don't have an OLED yet and you've been wanting an OLED, this could be the reason someone's like, oh yeah, I'll get the red one. Mm-hmm. But personally, unless you're just a Mario fan, it's not better than the Zelda one we just saw. Mm-hmm. It's not really better than the Splatoon one. It's just a red. The coolest thing about it would have been the fact that the body is red, but it's not. And the dock, it's just a red dock. The back of it has a little Mario on it, and if you open it up, it's got hidden coins in it. That was
a cool little added thing, but
it's a nice Easter egg. But no one's gonna see it if you put it on your entertainment center or anywhere. Like no one's gonna look at that and be like, other than the fact that they just already know that the red dock is the Mario one, they're not gonna be like, oh my God, it's a Mario dock. They're gonna be like, oh, your dock's red. Well, you can do that with a D-brand skin right now, if you just want a red dock. So, and I bet you probably today already, we've just got this direct. I bet you D-brands already got their lawyers on it, and they're like, hey, how can we be Mario but not?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably gonna be like the Beano skin or something. But
if I was a crazy Mario fan, like a crazy Mario, like crazy, like Mario, my whole room's decorated in Mario, everything has to be Mario, then I would probably get that red Mario because OLED.
That's the only way it would match anything, is if everything's already
Whenever
red.
I got the first one, I just got it, but I was like, oh, that looks amazing. That looks cool. It's different. So I just got it then. And then probably because I was younger and not wiser.
Which is
and
funny,
not really
only
broke.
A couple years ago.
But it was more than a couple.
Was it? Oh gosh.
COVID happened?
What? I've never heard of this before.
But anyway, so I definitely
You're right.
not getting that thing. I'm very satisfied with what I got now. Now, if I were to get a new Switch, it would definitely be the Zelda one.
Same.
But
And I almost got it. I actually thought the Zelda Switch was going to be the last new one.
mm-hmm.
It makes sense to see a Mario one, but they gave us literally the bare minimum effort. They were like, hey, we still got some red Joy-Cons left over. Slap them on an OLED. That's what I feel like they did.
now I do need some new Joy-Cons because
That's fine.
them things I took through the mud when I got that OLED.
I think it makes
But
plenty of sense to buy whatever Joy-Con
It was only because I was putting them in that
the grip that was too
the
small.
grip. Yep. That was, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it probably won't be long before Satisfy makes a Mario grip to go with that Switch. You could do the whole thing. I think it's worth it. You know, I didn't rebuy a whole new Switch to get my grips, but I bought the purple and orange because of who I am. And and then I got a D-brand skin for the actual Switch, and I made my Switch fit me. And if you click it on there, if you're ever looking at it, other than the fact, like, I wish I had a white grip for it. If you take the grip off, you look at it, you're like, oh, it's a Webby Pumpkin Switch. It just looks like me. You could do that easily with Joy-Cons. That makes sense.
Wonders look like it's going to be $60, my bro.
Good. That's what it should be. I think that's the right price. Good deal. Well, guys, good news. If you're going to get Wonder, you're not going to have to wonder how much you have to spend because it's $60 USD.
$60.
Was there any? I know we're running really quick on this, but we got to meet with our special guest. Do you have anything you want to add about that Mario Direct?
No, I'm just excited about it. It's a lot of wonders, a lot of things going on in that game.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. And then you can't exclude the DLCs or the downloadable stuff or the added-on stuff. That'll probably come to this game, too.
You think?
I'm pretty sure they're going to put a lot of stuff in this game.
Have we seen that before with Mario?
Like,
did Odyssey have DLC? I don't know. If it did, I don't know about it.
I think they will.
3D World had
updates because you got all kind of Mario Kart, Mario stuff, updates, and all other kind of stuff.
But you're right when it comes to Mario Kart, and I would totally see DLCs for Mario Kart. But Mario Kart is the #1 selling Nintendo game of all time, and so
they're gonna bring in some
they keep making money there.
New characters, new power-ups.
Yeah, we got I think 2 new characters with the last round.
They're gonna be more.
Well, I think there's only 2 more updates, right? So maybe not. We'll see. They're almost done, and then I don't think they're going to do too much with it anymore. But as far as the actual mainline
depending
Mario
on how
games,
it goes, though,
I don't think we'll see DLC for mainline Mario. I think we'll see more of the same. Whereas if we get a DLC, it'll be something like 3D World and Bowser's Fury, which came out on the system after the next system as a collection with just extra on it, or like the way that. New Super Mario Brothers Wii U Deluxe is the Switch version of Wii U, which was for the Wii U one, and it had let's see, I think it had a bonus like world that you can play. It had Luigi U bundled in with it, and then I can't remember if the first game had Nibbler. I don't think it did. So you had Nibbler, but we didn't get that until the next generation. As basically like hey, we don't have any games. We're gonna add this here, so you buy this game here. So if we see DLC. I think what we'll see instead is Super Mario Wonder Plus or Wonder Deluxe for the Nintendo whatever is after the Switch. I think that's what we'll see. And you have to buy the whole thing over again. Or a lot of people thought, and I'm surprised, a lot of people thought the next Switch is going to be called the Nintendo Wonder. And that, kind of like how Mario was New Super Mario Brothers Wii U. And like they did that thing. Now, they may be getting away from that, but if they don't get away from that, like that's a neat name. I don't know what the gimmick will be, but the Nintendo Wonder, that's a cool design or a cool name. So I could see that.
I mean, they missed the opportunity though. With this red Switch,
maybe they did, maybe they didn't. They did make the red Switch, but if you think about like the number one selling game on the Switch is Mario Kart. In the top 5, because it's bumped down a little bit now, is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Which was it was one of the first 7 games to launch on the system, and it also launched on the Wii U. So I could see them without telling us, because it's normal for us to see a Nintendo Direct in September. What if we see that they have made Wonder? They're releasing Wonder like cross-gen. They're going to release it on the Switch, but it's also going to be made available on the new Nintendo system day one, the Nintendo Wonder. And we would, if that's going to happen, we could potentially see that Direct probably into this month. maybe early October. That would, and if they do that, they could have it ready and dropped because we've already seen them ramping up production because we're getting some leaks and some information from people who are getting dev kits for the next Switch. And so if they start ramping up or trying to make this happen, there's enough time that it could be at the very least announced by this holiday. It may not be out and shipped by this holiday, but we could see it if they do that route. We could see the next Switch, the next Nintendo console out by March of next year easily, which I want to say March is when this Switch came out. So it's possible. Cool. And it makes sense with where we are. You know, we're 3 years into the Xbox and the PlayStation generation. So we're like in the middle. I think that's what Nintendo's want to do. They want to like put out something in the middle of what the other big two are doing, and it will honestly kind of subsidize some of the competition. But they'll still have purchasing power because they're almost always a little underpowered. And so if you're looking for something one holiday and you go in there and it's $500 for an Xbox and it's $500 for a PlayStation and it's $300 for a Switch, you're probably going to buy the Switch for your family, like that type of thing. So it all makes sense to me. Whether or not they do it, Nintendo does whatever Nintendo wants. So whether or not they do it, we'll see.
Dude, you said that was something else you wanted to put on the end.
Oh yeah, Xbox,
do we have
baby.
time for that?
Yeah, I think we probably do. Let's. Well, it depends on how long you talk, but I'm gonna give you free reign. And
I'll
if
talk
not,
for
turn that baby down.
6 minutes.
Perfect. Tell me. All right. So you've been playing Xbox Game Pass through a PC. Now I'm gonna be quiet. You tell me everything that you want to tell me about a person who earlier this season sang a song about why you hate Xbox. Where are you now? Do you remember that?
I don't remember these allegations.
I'll have to play it for you right here through the power of editing.
I don't know why I hate Xbox, but I just think I like PlayStation better. I don't know why, but maybe I just don't play it enough. I don't know, you know.
All right, there we go. Now everybody just heard it.
Well, I stick with my song.
So you don't like it.
I am a PlayStation fan all my life.
Okay.
And that will never change.
That's fine. You can be a fan of more than one thing.
But I've given a second thought to the PlayStation. Oh, PlayStation on my mind.
Yep.
To the Game Pass.
Bias.
No, I'm joking, guys. It's a game console of games.
It's not even. All right, I said I was
PlayStation.
going to be quiet. It's not even the Xbox, for me, that's really the thing that Microsoft's doing right. It's Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because like you don't even have an Xbox, you have a PC. You don't need an Xbox.
Yeah, my experience, guys, has been amazing with the Game Pass on the PC with my PlayStation controller.
Which is a testament, because I promise you all day long you're not going to be able to use that Xbox controller to play remote play. But yeah, you did have to install the thing, but that was just so the computer knew how to interpret the input. It wasn't even like a thing. They're like, yeah, use what you want. Play with an NES controller. We don't care.
So I can either play with keyboard and mouse, or I can play with my the controller I'm used to, which is amazing. Sea of Thieves is amazing.
Yes. So good.
And I think I just scratched the surface with Game Pass, and it's been a really great experience. And I thank you, my brother.
You're welcome, man.
Your props have been given to you by way of Topaz
Thank you.
Adora.
Thank you.
That's my Animal Crossing.
I want to thank the Academy.
Yep. Anything you want to say for real?
Yeah, no, I'm just glad you're there. So like obviously I've been nudging you along this path for a little while. I'm not looking for like a Webby. What I'm looking for, I'm glad that you like it, I guess, because these nudges, I thought you would, but also just being completely honest, they're a little selfish in nature, because I wanted to play Sea of Thieves with you, because Sea of Thieves is an Xbox exclusive. It's a good game. But it's only a good game with I guess it's always a good game. It's especially a good game with the right people. Right. And I was like,
the right crew.
Yeah. And I was like, Topaz is the right crew. Like,
thank you.
I'm
honored to be a part of your crew.
This is it. And then even other games, like this is a more like chill if we're just going to hang out and talk kind of game. Yeah. But like you got Power Washing Sim on there, which is fun.
That's pretty dope. I love Power Washing.
If you like, now this game, it runs better on PC, but only marginally. A new game that came out this year, Redfall. It's the one that looks kind of like Fortnite-ish in art style, but you're hunting vampires, and it's pretty cool. It's only 30 frames per second, but that was an Xbox exclusive. Day one on Game Pass. Starfield. the big one right there. It just released in early access at the time of recording right now, but last Thursday. At the time you guys are, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this week, Wednesday, with your Game Pass subscription, you can download or stream the most anticipated Xbox game of the year for no extra money.
It's beautiful.
Right there, Starfield. So if you like space,
Beautiful.
if you like Star Wars-y type stuff, there you go. And then it's just cool, man. And then like their reverse compatibility is so cool because you can stream or play 360 games
think
that
I
you
got-
missed on your computer.
I got Killer Instinct.
Sweet.
I don't know which one it was, but I definitely got it on there because I didn't know after. And this might have been. I don't know if this was Game Pass or if this was Steam or whatever
Alright.
it was, but it was a new Killer Instinct game that I had no idea existed, and I love playing Killer Instinct on Nintendo, so it might have been like stream. But anyway, with all that, I was able to get that free. I think it might. I have to see what it was. It might
That's
have been Game Pass or something like that.
And
But
I'm okay with that. I know we're talking about like Game Pass specifically, but that was the other thing is
Yeah.
that I'm nudging everybody I can until Microsoft convinces me otherwise about the Xbox. If you've got a decent PC, you can download everything. If you don't have a decent PC, and you have a decent internet connection, you can stream everything. I'm at the point right now where like I haven't turned my Xbox on in 3 months.
yeah,
I play Xbox games, but I play them on my computer. The Series S was kind of a waste of $600 or $500 for me, and so that's why I wasn't like, get you an Xbox. What I'd rather, when you're looking at $500 or whatnot, I'd rather you get like upgrade your PC that you have now, or get like a little laptop or something, because then you also open yourself up to Steam and Epic and Riot and the forbidden E word, the emulation. All these extra things that you can do. And it's just right there, and it's easy. And like Steam is dope because like we played Bread and Fred together. I bought Bread and Fred. If we were on Nintendo and I wanted to play Bread and Fred online with you, I would have to pay the $10 or $15 for it, and you would pay $15 for it. Collectively, $30 experience for us to play together. That
Yeah.
one time we did it. But
at one time it's supposed to be more.
hopefully
right?
it'd be more, yeah. But for right now, it's just one. However, with Steam, I pay $15. We both played it. Just like they do couch co-op, right? It just pretends that we're in the same room,
Yeah,
and we get to play together, and that is super
what Mario
sick.
Wonders need.
Yeah. Well, the infrastructure is not there, but Steam does that well, and the fact that like I think you did the same thing with like some of the Portal games, but like almost everything is
I
compatible.
gotta play
They do-
Portal. I
it's
hadn't
so
played
good.
it yet. I gotta get it.
So
It's
good,
my
man.
next thing. I'll
And
get it.
it's great if you want to. I'm going to nudge you this way too to get more into keyboard and mouse, because I made the commitment that in 2023 in January I started playing pretty much exclusively keyboard and mouse as much as I could. Sea of Thieves is keyboard and mouse. Fortnite's keyboard and mouse. I suck at most of it. I don't suck as much anymore. I'm getting pretty okay. I played my first round of Valorant, which is keyboard and mouse only, last week, and I only got 2 victories. But I got victories with my team, so that was pretty cool. And I'm still a long way to go. There are people who are obviously way better than me. But for someone who has been only playing for like 7 months on keyboard and mouse, I'm very proud of myself. I want to push you to do the same thing because for things like Valorant and things, because it's pretty good and it's pretty fun. I want to do that. So going to do that through PC. So
I'm excited.
yep. Well, that's all that I had. Do you have anything you want to add about Xbox or PC or?
No, not at this moment.
Sounds good. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to get ready for a really cool interview that we're going to be doing that you're not going to want to miss next week. We have 2 ladies that are also video gamers and content creators that are coming on, and we're going to have a little conversation about what their experience has been, just as being women in the gaming industry, playing online, streaming online. It's a crazy world, and unfortunately, not everybody's as friendly as us. It can be a toxic realm, and so really looking forward to that conversation. You guys are not going to want to miss that conversation. It's going to happen right here in exactly 1 week, wherever you're listening. Or hey, if you want to watch on something else, if you want to see everything, we're a video podcast every week on youtube.com/c/wobbypumpkin. You can listen to us wherever you enjoy your podcast, but you can also watch video at Spotify, on Spotify, the web show. Just check us out there. You can also connect with me every week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time over at twitch.tv/WebbyPumpkin. Would love to connect with you there. It's probably the best way to open and again engage your conversation with me and give me your thoughts and just let us know that you made it there from the podcast. That'd be really cool. And then finally, if you just want to at me or give me some quick blurbs, obviously, please, always, the comment section is open to you. If you don't have anything that you'd like to say there, drop your favorite emoji. Let it be an emoji of a pumpkin. That would boost my ego. Or you can at me on Twitter, X, at WebbyPumpkin. Wherever is easiest and most convenient for you, I'd love to connect with you. Topaz, do you have anything else you'd like to add, buddy?
Oh, you guys have a good one.
All right, in that case, we'll catch you next week.
Web's out.